great day. Just like to quick thank you to Phil and all the organising committee. Did an amazing job. It was a great day. To get everyone out there to the ground, it's an amazing event. And then obviously to put on this spread tonight. They've done a great job. And I'd like to thank the sponsors as well, and obviously the Vietnam Swans for putting up such a good contest today. Thank you.
Okay, like what Will said, thank you very much for inviting us here. It's been a sensational day. It's very special to be able to come and play football ANZAC weekend, to sort of like remember and think of what's happened in the past, and to come here and see how this country has sort of like got over it and how it's all moving forward. It's a brilliant day, very special, something we'll never forget. To all the guys that came from China, it was sensational. As Will said, it's damn hot. 4 weeks ago we cancelled training in Beijing because there was 2 inches of snow. Fell on Saturday night, so it's a bit of a shock coming here and playing this weather. But sensational. Thank you for all the veterans and that came out today to watch. It's great playing in front of the crowd. Sensational day. It's something we'll never forget. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll keep this short as well. Just to the China Reds, we've toured, we know how hard that is to do. You've got 20 guys and quality players. It was a great game. And it's just great you can do these things over here when you're living away from home. And yeah, just chatting with a few of the boys, it's nice to hear you get the same buzz out of it that we do. And yeah, so thanks for coming out and thanks for making the effort, boys. To Phil, Fabuloso Johns, and Sammy and all the boys that have been involved organising this down here. It's a huge show, and as you can see, it's smooth as it ran, and yeah, very well done. Thanks, Phil, and all the boys organising it. Also, just make and it shouldn't be a quick mention because that's why we're here. To the Vietnam vets, I just met Kenny and Ian. And there's quite a few others that are here, and yeah, we're very thankful for what you've done for us in the past, and yeah, we're happy to put on a bit of a show for you today, so thanks for coming. And just to finish up, for the Reds, we've just got a little plaque to acknowledge you guys coming up. Thanks a lot.
Gentlemen, representatives of the Beijing Bombers, the Shanghai Tigers and the Vietnam Swans. A bit later on tonight, in about 20 minutes time, we're going to hear from someone who was here a lot earlier than any of us were, who's going to talk tonight for the first time under the banner of the Middleton Address. And they're going to talk about some of the experiences that they've had and hopefully expand some of our knowledge on how things work. So in about 20 minutes I'll ask the National President Phil Johns to pop up and also Peter Taylor to come and address us. Till then, have a drink, have a chat, and we'll see you then. Astounding dresses. One of the most handsome men in all of Asia. Can I welcome to the stage National President of the Vietnam Swans, Mr. Phil Johns.
Awesome. Thanks very much, Matty Townsend. To the China Reds, thank you very, very much again for making the tour to Vietnam. It is absolutely magnificent to have you guys here and being part of our ANZAC Friendship Weekend. It's all good. To the veterans, Swannies, and friends, thank you also for coming along today. It's a really big weekend for us. Today, we're trying to do something special. We've got the football match. The match hangs off ANZAC Day, which falls on Wednesday, and we're wanting to reach out in different ways. Tonight is the McMillan dinner. For the first time, we've called it that, named after Kev McMillan, who's been a great friend of the Vietnam Swans. He's also been over here during the war He's come back, he's helped out setting up charities and doing a lot of good work. And Peter Taylor will be speaking just after me. And that'll be during the Middleton Address. Stan Middleton is the guy who has given us all these amazing photographs of football during the war at what was known as the Lord Mayor's Oval, which is now the Vung Tau dog track. And that guy, Stan Middleton, he got in touch with us after our first game 2 years ago and told us about this competition that existed during the war. Guys like Ronnie Vernon, 1967 Premier with the rap. Cheers to Ronnie. And so all of a sudden, we've become connected through Stan Middleton getting in touch with our club and sharing all this amazing history. And the idea of the Stan Middleton Address is that we want to provide a focal point to this annual dinner, and we want to have a keynote speaker to deliver something special to the crowd. And Stan Middleton, he was a communicator. A Middleton Address is about communication, and so that's why we kick it off tonight. So tonight will be the inaugural, which is going to be delivered by Peter. Before we go to the Middleton Address, we have to hear from Stan Middleton himself, because that guy, if you know him, he loves to gob off. He does. So I've got to do a little bit of reading for you here from Stan Middleton. To everyone tonight, I would like to thank the Vietnam Swans Football Club for bestowing the honour on me of naming the guest speaker's speech the Middleton Address. It's an awesome honour for me, one that I'm proud of. And that's not my word, this is from Stan. It's less than 2 years ago that I made contact with the Vietnam Swans. Since that time, we have developed a wonderful relationship. The Vietnam veteran footballers who played in the VFL, that's the Vietnam Football League, during the war, have been delighted that the Vietnam Swans have taken such an interest in our wartime competition. We feel you have picked up from where we left off when the Australian military left Vietnam in 1972. To play the ANZAC Friendship game on our old home ground in Vung Tau, just down here, makes our relationship even more special. I also sense you all feel the same about that too. Last year, you remodelled the ANZAC Friendship Shield to match the one we played for during the war. This was a very special gesture for us vets who played in that competition. Then, to have Glenn Nolan present to me with a replica at the Noble Park RSL Club just blew me away. Us old veteran footballers that attended the MCG for the Vietnam Swans and Sydney Swans past players function in 2010, we're all stoked you wanted to include us. Also, some of us also attended the Vietnam Swans.The at the Boxing Day Test match last year, which we enjoyed very much. As for the Hanoi Swannies that looked after us, Singh, myself and another couple in Hanoi last April, when we passed through, thank you very much for a wonderful night. Also likewise, Michael Johnson. He looked after us in Hoi An and gave us the opportunity to see Joe Stewart and the Swim Vietnam program with the kids in a swimming pool. We're all very impressed with the fundraising work which the Swannies do for charities such as Joe Stewart's Swim Vietnam program in Hoi An, the orphanages run by Mi Huong, who's here tonight somewhere, up the back, Mi Huong, and the flood disasters in Queensland. As I said before, I'm very proud to have this honour bestowed on me, but even more so knowing what a fantastic organisation the Vietnam Swans are. They are not just another football club, but a very special one. And that is Stan taking the piss out of us and Bruce McAvaney. I hope the game played today was a huge success, And whatever the result, I'm sure everyone is having a great time. And to the China Reds, welcome to the beautiful city of Vung Tau, where my wife Sing was born. Go Swannies, Stan Middleton. And now, to kick off the inaugural Middleton Address, I'd like to welcome to the microphone Peter Taylor, very good friend of Kev McMillan. Peter Taylor.
Well, welcome everybody here tonight. The Swannies, the China Reds. What a hard game of football today in this heat. I just want you all to know it is a big honour for me to do the inaugural Middleton report, or whatever it's called. Kev McMillan is a man come along. He's been my best mate for 40 years. Everybody finds some man someday, or some friend someday, that sticks with him through thick and thin. Kev and I were like that. Kevin had 2 tours of Vietnam during the war, one with 6RAR and one with the Australian training team. And I keep joking to Kevin, I said, you're the only bloke in the Australian training team never got a VC. And he said, I was too busy out in the bush to write the report up. He's a really lovely man, he loved his Swannies. Right up till I came over here about 4 days ago, 22 days ago, Kev was saying I still might make it. And he had his sons lined up to come with him, and about 80 of his veteran friends were coming over, and Kev was going to take them out on the tour. But he said, I'm going to use a bad word, he said, fuck mate, I can't do it. Kevin now is in hospital. He won't come out of hospital. His illness has travelled right through his whole body. But all he said to me at that last breakfast we had before we got on the plane, he says, give the Swannies all my best, mate. Yeah, Kev and myself too were at the inaugural game here at Vung Tau. Kev put a lot of work into, as far as looking after the guys, a few tours and stuff like that. Got hauled into picking the best and fairest, and Kev's a rugby league man like me. He said, how do you pick the best and fairest? I said, whoever gets the most kicks, I think. But he went through it all, but he's very esteemed to be a friend of the Swannies, and so am I, by the way. They've put on a very, very good match again today. The friendship that has gone, like amongst you all, you gentlemen, and ladies of course, but whether you're playing for China or playing for Swannies, you're playing for a bloody good cause for the ANZAC thing. I'm not going to say any more because I'm going to get in trouble. My mate Kev was a bit of a villain. Some of the things that he used to do and I used to do, but no matter what, if he was in trouble, he was there to back me up and vice versa. He's a lovely, lovely man, and I just wish to Christ we could change something, but we can't. Thank you all very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, that ends the formal component of tonight's dinner. On behalf of the Vietnam Swans, I'd like to thank you all for coming out today. I hope you've had a lovely day. If you haven't, it's your own fault. And you can make up for it by having a tremendous evening tonight.